Hello, beginning of the TNT Army. Don't be shy. You can say something. Oh, kick my tripod. So how's everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna wait till a few people get here before I start going off on about the furs. Hey Trev, how you doing, man? Glad you can make it. Stephen Borjo, how are you, brother? Sounded like you could use a live last night, and I should probably get this all out in the open about the furs and what I'm doing. And hey, Trapper Bob, because during that warm weather, I shut her down pretty much and just started skinning. So, long story short, well, that one thawing yesterday, I got 17 dogs left to skin. So, wow, they're going by quick. I better shut up and read. Good evening, Doug. Hey, Mac. Yeah, it's not bad here right now. It's about minus 15 with the wind chill. Hey, Herman, glad you could make it. Ronnie Smith, Mrs. Kelly, hello, hello. I've got some really nice furs, and my friend in a town not too far away from me here has been skinning too. I'm not sure how many he's got. I took him 12 the first time and 8 the second time, but there's 2 of them that had shoulder mites, and I told him right away, you might find that because some of them big snowy dogs, I don't sit there and brush them off. You guys know I take a quick look. I don't look them right over, and I picked up all the carcasses. They're going in that deer hole, so I set that back up. But I was out on the what day was that? 11th, I guess, and I was setting that first ram up there, and be damned if it didn't pop when I was adjusting the snare and crack me right across the right thumb. I don't think it broke anything, but kind of hurt. And I decided right there I'm going to unset him until I know for sure my thumb's not busted up. But 3 days later, I was back out resetting them. So, Steven, how are you? Hey, I'm retired. I don't have to freeze unless I do it by choice like I do. Hey, Dave. Oh, it's frozen here, man. It's great to be seen, Dave. Hey, Harvey. You're probably a little chilly like we are, and even in South Dakota. Yeah, I've been just skinning, Dave. Hey, Oscar. How you doing, Andres? Hey, Scab, how you doing, brother? Okay, about those furs, you guys, we're gonna go with the money order mailed to me. I want to get them in before April, like the end of March, so I gotta have those money orders for them by the 25th of March at the latest. And I've got the list here of everybody that said they wanted 1 or 2. And the raw ones, just get a hold of me and tell me you want raw ones, and I'll tell you how much. And I know that one I caught yesterday. I just bet you anything John Howe would love that one. Boy, was that a white little dog yesterday. And it wasn't just snow, because I hung it up downstairs and went and looked at it last night, and yeah, it's a white dog. No beers tonight. And vodka and Pepsi in a little glass. Cheers, by the way. Whoa. Oh, luckily I didn't waste a lot of room on Pepsi in there. Hey, Michael, doing good, buddy. Hope you are too. Jesse, doing all right. Hey, Carl, long time no hear from you. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do, I've already got furs that are getting tanned from 2020. They're supposedly going to be done. I'm not even going to put a date on it, but he's supposedly working on them right now. So I'd have to think within 4 months, man. I don't even know, but I've got half a dozen coyotes there. One's already spoken for, Stephen Bourgeot. And Lonnie gets one of the coy wolves. And the other 4 are mine. I'm not parting with them because I cannot keep as many coyotes as I caught. I don't have one hanging on my wall. Not a one. And that's going to stop. Number 205 is coming back, and he is like well over 6 feet. So he's definitely staying put. It's not scrolling again, this bugger. They're 200 Mac each. Hey, Mikhail. Oh, shitty girl. I didn't know. Sorry, man. Wow, that's a good deal, Scab. I'm looking at a boat and a camper for the back of my truck, and then I can go give you guys some northern fishing videos too. Kind of hoping in the summer times. Don't have to all be garden and fire pit with me drunk around it. Yeah, hit that like button. 4090 and 23, you like it. So if you got any questions or want to double check anything about those furs, or if you don't think you might be on the list, just message on this line and try, if you put a message in one time, go to the same message so I can just find your name once, right? I don't have to look through 3 messages by you. It's strong, but I think I can handle it, Chad. Oops. I'm gonna end up getting rid of somebody again. I'm playing on that side. I better stay over here. Yeah. Hey, everything outdoors. Everything's good, buddy. Hey, Chris. Everything's good, brother. You? Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've done back-to-back lives without a video in between it. We're less than 35,000 away from a million, too. I haven't checked it lately, but it was under 35,000 a couple days ago. So it's time to start binge watching TNT. Oh, that sucks, working the weekends. I'm going to go out tomorrow. It's supposed to be colder, but I'm going to go out and make sure that Crowns and that Patrick deer hole are set right up. I don't want to catch 6 dogs a day anymore because I've more than got enough put away for double what I got ordered here. So, and I can put 25 in a deep freeze, no problem. So till next year, because I'm not giving them away. They don't want to pay for them. They obviously don't want them. Make them beg for them. That's what we got to do, is stop sending them to them. Start figuring out ways to make them into, talk to a seamstress, get them made into stuff. People love that stuff. I'll tell you what, there's not many people in Saskatchewan that would be able to resist the coyote headdress in this cold out here. Big headgear with coyote tail or two hanging in the back. Yeah, that'd be cool. But I don't sew. Anybody any questions about the first message or comment on here I'll put will be my address and everything. Another thing, if you are sending a money order, I need your mailing address and write it out so I can read it. And so a fifth grader could read it. I don't want any mistakes. And it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to scribble out your phone number too, just in case. No, I won't call you. I'll drunk dial you in the middle of the night. Be funny though, eh? That's cool, Scab. That's so many coyote skulls that I could clean up too, but I just don't want to, and I don't have time for it really. Oops, I was reading Carl's off grid. Yeah, no doubt, Carl. Like I say, who wouldn't want a coyote gear when it's minus 50 Celsius? Jesse, I aren't even gonna guess right now because a lot have been going in the pit lately because they hungry. I've been out there and I'm up to like 4 coyotes eaten already and a fox, so. And that doesn't include the 6 with shoulder mites and the 3 with mange. That big brute yesterday, he was a monster and he was mange in his. First I thought it was shoulder mites, but it was right to the skin, so ugly. So I will get you guys a number. Once we hit 1 million, I'll give you the number. Well, I talked, Stephen, with Ian one day. Oops, shit. I think I just canceled somebody. Sorry. Scab, I deleted your message. I'm sorry. Maybe I got rid of them all. Ah. Anyway, Ian said they were expecting 9,000 coyotes on their run and they got 1,400. And I think that's 1,400 more than they should have got. Because they're just going to steal them. I'm not even sure, Trev. I do not know. Oh, I sure hope I didn't get rid of you, Scab. Hey, John. I was just saying that dog I got yesterday would be one perfect one for you. He's so light. Beautiful dog. He's on Facebook. You'll see him. Oh, I think I got rid of Scab. Are you still there, brother? Damn it. Yeah, that's why I shouldn't be scrolling on the left side. I should stay over on the right side because it pops that screen up and then I spaz out and touch a button and he's gone. No, that one with mange was a big dog. You know, he would have been a dominant breeder in the spring if he would have hung around, which was not that far away from now. And he would have infected everybody. So I'm just glad I got rid of him if he's that sick. Still, I think he's the biggest one I had this year so far. So what do you think, John? Would that be a good one or what? Not the one that was torn to shreds either. The actual one I took in the house. Hey, Scott, how you doing, brother? Hey, PA. I skipped right over you there, didn't I? Sorry about that. What's up with you, man? Oh man, that's three. I've done that too. I did Denise twice in one live. I'm a bad guy with the computer. I almost need someone scrolling in this and reading it to me. Oh man, Trev, you know what? I'm scared to set any more than a dozen because if I can still have 6 coyote day with a dozen rams out. There's just so many running there now. And the deer are back in the bush because of that mild shit. I threw him right in the fire pit, John. He was pretty much skinned right out, but they didn't use the same cut lines I normally do. No doubt, PA Trapper. Every trapping show I watch other than, well, hardcore and camo now, that it's all like spring and fall trapping. There's no snow anywhere. We got lots here. I was pushing 5-foot drifts with my side-by-side the other day, Monday. Got her all pushed again, and it snowed anyway, so it just won't stop. It's supposed to snow all day tomorrow, too. That's why I think I'm going to go out. At least when it's snowing, it's a little harder to see and everything, but it's usually a little warmer. I think it's only supposed to be minus 13 tomorrow without the wind chill, so probably get away with a minus 20 out there. And that ain't a bad day if it's just not too windy. Oh, and there that went. Well, Trevor, it's a totally sustainable, renewable resource, man. It just keeps, it's not hard on the environment, and it just keeps replenishing itself if you manage your fur. Hey, 50. True story, they do. They think they're all lovable. They'll want to feed them a peanut butter sandwich out of their hands. Look at that grizzly guy. I can't remember his name. Timothy something. Wow. I'm not even going to be anywhere close to a bear like that or outside of my truck unless I'm packing real heat. I'm not into being eaten by animals. That's getting stupid. I seen a video on the internet, 2 kids catching a badger barehanded. No, I'm not into that either. Hey, Richard. I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago when I taped that family of badgers and she had enough of me running after her and she turned around and all of them led after me. But I can outrun a badger, so I wasn't too worried. Yeah, Steven, sometimes that doesn't even do it to them. It's got to happen right in front of their face for it to make anything. Am I forgetting anything, Steven, about those furs, money orders? My address will be on the comments. I'll push button, top button or whatever so it stays on top. Address, don't forget your full name, address, and a phone number just in case there's something, a problem. I remember when I was a kid running back from trapping gophers and I stepped in a badger hole and it was a fresh one and he was just in there digging for all he was worth about 2 feet below. And I kicked him hard when I stepped in the hole and I got out of that quick as I went in there, believe me. And he come out of there in a hurry, but I was long gone. Yep, stepped right on his ass and in the hole and almost did a ass over tea kettle. Correct. Hey, Dogbone, doing all right, man. How about you? Yeah, money orders. I don't want you sending cash in the mail because if some postal worker figures it out, I don't want any arguments about money. Money orders written out right to me. I don't think anybody else can touch them, can they? Please spell my name right. Yes, Carl, I will ship to the States, but they got to be tanned. Almost became peg leg. Oh, I missed something. Peg leg. Unless you mean you, buddy. Okay, I missed something. Oh. Oh, when I stepped in the hole, yeah. Luckily, like I say, he was head down digging like crazy. He must have just started that hole. Yeah, I got you, man. Hey, modern day drifter. That was right out behind our house in Young's Field behind there. Between the Ponderosa and our place, but a little closer towards Dreer's, Johnson's. No, I don't. I don't have any Belial 330s. I cheaped out and bought all Duke because I was getting them for like at Halford's. I think I bought them all for like $17 a piece. So I bought a dozen and a half of them, and that was enough. Like I say, I don't lose a lot of traps unless. Well, I lost some during deer season, but I don't want to think about that right now. Happy thoughts. Yeah, I would think money orders would be the way to go. Yeah, me too. That was on Hood's land there. We don't have pheasants and quail up where I am, just prairie chickens and grouse. Wish we had some pheasants. I was thinking of raising some and letting them go, but coyotes would wipe them out in no time. Yeah, no possums here. Still waiting on some from, oh yeah, from Scab. Like he's gonna send them after I cut them off. Gold bullion? Ah, I don't know. You know what? Wild pigs don't live here because these farmers are not gonna put up with them, and they don't even have to call me. They'll shoot them. The government wants to be called, but you know when you call the government and what's going to happen, next thing you know, you got Agent Orange in your dugout and all your livestock is dead or something. So the less you use that, the better off you are. Huh. Sounds like Steven just made a deal with 5-0. I'm not going to read back on it though. Oops, what's that? Thought you were wiping the coyotes out. Ah, I hit that wrong button again, but I didn't get rid of anybody that time. How could they wipe out any birds? Ah, damn it. Out of the few killing them or trapping them, that's a bad word to say. So, I don't know what you mean, Christine. There's a lot of coyotes here. No, I don't like the way they taste, Stephen, but there's a lot more prairie chickens showing up now, too. I noticed lots of clumps of them out in the field, so I do like prairie chickens. Coyotes at 200, Christine. Unless you can have a raw one, then you can get it tanned yourself if you want, but I don't know. In 1920, the 20 end of 20 season, I sold all my extra coyotes for 300 or 350 each, and I've got videos of them opening them, and they love them. So I mean, they still tell me how much they love their furs 3 years later, and what conversation pieces they are. Dog bone, that's ridiculous. I don't even, that pistol law, we're not allowed to carry anyway on a trap line, so not handgun, which is totally stupid. Well, that furnace kicks we got about 10 degrees in here. That's a beautiful Saskatchewan day. How you delivered in the city? That's a bad one. Huh. I don't know how you do that. I know I mailed a T-shirt out to a guy in L.A. and Porch Pirate stole it off his porch. So I don't even know, Steven. Doesn't matter to me. I know what they're worth. BC does? I didn't know that. I know Saskatchewan, I don't have to wear a helmet on my skidoo if I'm on my trap line, and I'm not on my skidoo unless I'm on my trap line. I'm not the guy to go, hey, I think I'll go for a skidoo ride for fun. Yeah, that's not me. That ain't me. Maybe some guy that looks similar to me, but that ain't me. Starting to think I probably got a dog in those. I threw 10 dog carcasses off in that deer hole. I probably already said that, but made those two back up. They look good. Maybe have one in each tomorrow. I got some video footage, but I was kind of having a hissy fit that I wasn't getting views, like getting 5 and 6 dogs and not getting even a 5,000 views. So I wasn't filming anything. Plus it was snowing, that wet snow all the time. So it sucked pulling the camera out anyway. That's the way I look at it, Trev. I'm not into going out and freezing myself or shaking myself off my skidoo or bagging my skidoo out there for no reason. Most of the time I'm doing like 30 miles an hour across the open fields and stuff. And it slows down considerable on the bush trails, you know that. Plus, the harder you drive it, the more it's going to cost you, so that's something Dad taught us right away. Harder you drive it, the more it costs you. And so far I've had it for Well, it'll be 5 years November this year. Pardon me, that's not right. 6 years November this year. And I haven't had to do anything except put new carbides on the front. They wear off going over the highway and stuff. We had a couple years with not as much snow. I think you guys remember me going through grass fields where there was no snow. Yeah, I don't have any problem with my sled, and I don't plan on making any problems for it. So sometimes it does get a little full of dogs, and that kind of probably weighs back on it in that soft snow. But that's a good feeling. It might be a little harder on gas, but it's got lots enough balls to keep it doing 30 miles an hour, even right full of dogs. Seatbelts are just holes in the ocean that you throw money into. Sailboats. Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's what boat stands for. Break out another 1,000. But on that happy note, I am looking for a boat. So, evening, Don. How are you? I kind of got my eye on a 15-footer and a 14-footer. One's 1,000, one's 2,000. I want something that I don't have to work on all the time, so I'll have to look them over. I got nowhere to put them. I got 5 feet of snow everywhere in my yard, so. And a camper for the back of my truck, and we're going up north. See if I can find Ispershaw Lake. Hey, we hit over 50 likes. If you haven't liked it, what are you waiting for? So does anybody want to be on this list and they're not sure if they're on this list? Because I can sure tell you in a hurry. Well, not in a hurry. It's not alphabetical or anything. I'd have to go through it. I know the dogs that are coming are Steven, Lonnie, and Big Dan. I know the ones that are going out in the end of March are Bait and Ammo has a fox and a weasel and a coyote. Robert Hughes said 1 or 2. Well, I guess it'll depend on how much the money order is. And some of them are just like SW. I don't know the name or anything. But I wrote them all down. I checked everything. So, and then there were some guys that want them, but I don't know if they can afford them. Or Nice, Reaper, Mac. J&J got 2 fox coming too. They're all last year's the ones that I'm doing. The one I caught this year, 1 fox this year. So I think I found a nice height and method for my my power ramps. I'm pretty happy about that. About 70 dogs and only 1 was a fox, so. I would have been pretty surprised at the beginning of the year if you told me I was going to catch over 50 dogs. Had some pretty good days though. We had some 6 days and 5 days and 4 days and a lot of 2s. We even had some skunks. Oh well, hopefully I'll do lots of road work this summer and build up that stamina, throw the smokes away. Oh man, that's gonna hurt. And there won't be any more skunks. Because sometimes it's hard to put the work in when you don't think you can walk there and back, so. Cheers. Whoa. Whoa. That's the way. 60 likes. So anybody, oh, there we go, questions. Shipped to New Brunswick, of course, but you don't need it tanned there, Trev. Sounds good, Carl. Yeah, there won't be any skunks. I never did catch a skunk this year. I don't know, maybe that was what was pissing around with that one box that one time, and I'm just as glad that he got whapped with the conibear and a couple of times and run away. That's fine with me. I'm gonna try this thing. What the heck? Where's Brian? Is Brian out there yet? Start calling out random names to get you guys to start saying something. Yeah, that's a big glass. It holds over a liter for sure. Maybe that was what turned people off, was me doing this stuff on my lives. I don't know. Just not getting the views like I was. Started the year off with like an 11 or 12,000 view one, and it's just been downhill since then. Oh yeah, love those skunks. Oops, I missed that. Red fox and a coyote. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait on the red fox because I have none now. All of them are spoken for that I have. But you know what, Carl? Maybe I'll talk to my other skinner, the guy helping me skin, Greg there, and I gave him this one from this year. Maybe I can talk him into doing it up for you. I don't know. We'll see. True story, Russ. How are you? Oh man, Steven, I can't tell what that symbol is. Sorry. Never caught a raccoon either. I just about caught one with the truck going to town after I did my snow blowing there, or snow blowing, pushing it with the side by side on Monday. Just barely pulled out of town, was just coming up to 100, and he decided to run in front of me, and I went a little bit to the left because there's no traffic or nothing, and he put on the brakes and right back in the ditch he come from. So he's a very good size one. He wasn't as big as the one I'm getting tanned right now, but that one's well over a quadruple large size. He's huge. It's the only reason I skinned him and did him was because he's one of the biggest raccoons I've ever seen in my life. I think you guys remember him. He was beside a 220 pail, and he don't look like there's any way he can get in that pail, and in fact his head barely fit in the 220. So he's a very big raccoon. I stretched him on a coyote stretcher. Yeah, I'll talk to him for you for sure, Carl. I don't think he'd have a problem with that. He sure does some nice work too, so he reminds me a lot of my skin. And actually, he asked if I would lend him some stretchers, and I took a few with me over to him. So he's using my stretchers, so it's no wonder a lot of it reminds me of mine. Bernice, how are you? Hey, I cut off Scab already, so you're not the only one. Of course, I did cut you off twice in one live. Then Steven, and now Scab. So just the best people. Huh. Well, Steven, I talked to Ryan. He caught 8 this year. So he uses pails with the wrist snares. Supposedly they get caught and they just lay down and go to sleep. I mean, not dead sleep, but yeah, they don't fight it when they get caught by the wrist. Then you got to put a bullet hole in him unless you have a bat like I got, then you could just hit him with that, crack him with that, he ain't getting up. Yes, I do love my bat. I did touch the box on purpose that time, Renice. Did you notice the wrench beside your name? See? Yap, yap, and it goes out. I'll tell you what, I can hardly wait another month until we shave this beard off. It's starting to drive me nuts again. Oh, not bad from since the beginning of October, though. Never had a lot of trouble growing hair, though. All right, 73 people here, 72 likes. They like me. They really, really like me. Pete told me to do it. I guess you're nice to him. He's in Regina. I said he was probably going to be back before I was done, so we might get a surprise visit from Pete. Holy crap, it's almost 15 degrees in here. It don't need to be that warm. Burning all his diesel. I've got a couple of Jerry's in my shop. I can't use them in my cannon because it's summer diesel. And in the winter, that summer diesel don't fire in those cannons worth of poop. So I'm gonna dump it in his furnace tank outside and get some winter diesel so I can fire my cannon up and get some stuff done in the shop too. Man, there's 100 power rams laying on a tarp on the floor. But not one broke this year. Not a one. Hello, Alaska. How you doing, Tony? 40-pound raccoon. That's a big one too. Oh, throw that on the floor. Cats have probably died right there on the floor. Hello, Mikhail from Sweden. Yeah, I'm from Sweden. How you doing? That's a long way away, man. What time is it there? Gotta be like, oh man, 9 hours later than here. $1:34. And what time's it here? Probably about 6:45. I don't know. 6:30ish. I could probably bring up my clock on the phone, but I don't want to touch it any more than I have to. Yeah, I figured you'd be 9 hours later than us. 7 in Great Britain. That's a good question. Yes, you're right, modern day drifters. Britain's 6 now, that's right with the time. Ken Howard, how are you, brother? What was the final score? They're my Bruins too. I cheer for 8 teams, 7 Canadian ones and the Bruins. The gun show, yeah. He's Peter's in Regina with his youngest. No trapping in Sweden, Michael. Or Steven, I mean. 6-2, wow. They sure are hot this year, man. Good to make up for my disappointment in the Canadian teams. The both of the teams playing last night, Ottawa and the Oilers had a 4-1 lead and they lost 5-4 in a shootout, and then Ottawa had a 3-1 lead in the third period and lost 4-3 in overtime. So I mean, Holy doodle, what more do you need than a 3-goal lead going into the whatever? I got some bifocals at home, but I don't use them unless I absolutely gotta read something that's small. Oh yeah, the Rangers are gonna beat the Flames up too. The Flames aren't playing any better hockey than Edmonton. I think is lucky to be in the playoffs, let alone in what are they, sixth? They probably line up with Winnipeg. So you can take out a Canadian team right away for sure. I'm assuming that's Hunt Moose and Red Stag. Oh, those are big, yeah. We got a lot of moose here. You probably see them in my videos, Mikhail. Oops, I missed one. Hey, Joe. Tough pass. I'm not even passing. There's nobody here to pass it to, so. Holy crick. That's that Funkfetti. That's crazy stuff. It's over 25. The sun is rising, and so am I. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now my scroller's doing exactly what it wants to do too. The Preds. There's a kid from my hometown plays for the Predators. I can't think of his name right now. I got so many moose here. I'm not going to starve, and guess what? When they make everybody eat bugs, I'm not eating bugs. I will knock down whatever I need to survive. Thanks, Shanice. I'm going to go out tomorrow so I can put one on tomorrow, like a video, not a live. Okay, Trev, thanks for stopping in, man. You get a hold of me about those Spurs if you want raw. Yeah. I never did get my deer. I never did go back out after that first day with those hunters that wouldn't leave when the landowner told them to leave. On posted land. Like, well, I think a phone call to the game warden would have been the way to go, but I'm not a rat. I would have just as soon get in a fight with him as call rat him out. I tried. I picked a fight. All I could do. I parked right in front of him and waved at him and honked at him, and they'd be giving me the finger, and I go, "Hey, hi, how you doing?" No, one came to my truck, and I said, "You walk over here like that, you better fucking mean it." Pardon my mouth. Just he wanted to know what I was doing. I said, "Hey, small world." I wouldn't eat that lab grown meat either. My deep freeze is so full of my vegetables from my garden, and I still got like 7 packs of corn on the cob and 4 cobs in each one, and they're all great big Saskatchewan cobs this long. See, I did that on purpose, this long. Yeah, get to bed, Mikhail. What the heck you doing? Probably got to be up to work. Oh no, you don't got to work tomorrow. It's Sunday. Church though. Oops. Hey, Jamie, doing awesome. Hope you are too. Okay, Christine, thanks for coming out. Yes, I can get chickens here, but they'd make it hard for if I wanted to go fishing for up north for a week. Free range is one thing, but you can't just lock them up like a jail when I go fishing. And I know damn well Pete won't look after him. He won't look after livestock and stuff. He had pigs when I first met him. But that was before I lived here. He got rid of them after that winter. He had the coyotes going right into his pig barn and pulling his piglets out. Oh. Well, have a good day tomorrow. I guess this morning for you, Mikhail. Thanks for dropping in. I'll mail you a coyote to Sweden if you send me the money too. I wonder if they got coyotes in Sweden. I don't know. I did get one this year. I split one with Kelsey. I got lots of moose meat. When it came in and filled my deep freeze right full, I could barely shut the door. I had to take one big roast out of moose meat and I put it in the slow cooker. And my goodness, is that some good meat. I don't know about a lot of work out here, Stephen, because you know how much room I got. I got, like, they could be totally out of the way. I was thinking I should get a few hens and let them keep their eggs in the spring and get about 70 little chicks. Let them get 6 to 8 weeks old. Off comes their heads. Save about 8 new hens for next year, and the old hens are soup hens. Just keep rotating like that and have a little chicken coop they go in that you can put the heating lamps in, and in the summertime, you can hook onto it with the truck and pull it, and the whole cage and everything comes, so you get new grass and whatnot for them. I don't know, just thought. Damn good one, though, you gotta admit. You know what? That alpaca farm? Oh, just a minute. That alpaca farm where I call them the long neck sheep, I've had a couple videos with them. I noticed going by, man, it was either Monday or Tuesday, or pardon me, Friday when I was in there. They got a couple of burros in there to go with the alpacas. They were quietly in a stall while the alpacas were playing and watching them. So yeah, they're aware of what's going on there, and I've seen what they do to a cougar. So hey, SW, I got you on the list for a coyote. You missed everything, but if you're just coming on now, I'm going to put my address on. If you want one, they're $200. Put your address so I can read it for sure, and your phone number, and whatever. If you guys want to put accolades about how much you love me and everything, that's cool too. And I've got to have it by the 25th of March because they're going in. I want them in before April so that I can get them out to everybody by September 1st, so you don't have to wait till trapping season. That's my plan, but you know how my plans go with these guys tanning. We're going with a pretty reputable, I'm not too worried about it. I wonder how long Pete's going to be. Wow, whatever. It's not even 7 yet. Oh, stretch out. How about another cheers? I'm not really thirsty. It's just the vodka's wearing off. Oh, poop. I think we ran out of diesel. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Oh, well. It's not like I'm from Kansas City or something and can't take the cold. I thought that would elicit a comment or two. It's a good idea, isn't it, Ernie's? Okay, I'll put my address on. Comment on this live about everything and use your same first comment. Just add a reply to your own comment if you want to say something else. Or if you want to ask anything. And then this is where I'm going to do it with all of them. I'm going to mention it on tomorrow's video too. Hey Lance, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. I'm from a farm. We had 800 fowl a year and a great big garden, 2-acre corn patch. That was the punishment. Go row a kilometer of corn was 5 rows. And you got 5 more if Dad found 1 weed in it. So we were real thorough. I do. And with my birthday, everybody, same thing with the letters that you're gonna send to me. I don't want you all going and buying me a whole bunch of little gifts this year. Just all of you pool your money together and get me something really nice. Yeah, couldn't pull it off. I tried to do it with a straight face. Doing good, Lance. Yeah, like I say, I'm not the same guy I was a little over a year ago. Hell, I'm 70 pounds lighter. My birthday is the 9th. Every year. It'll be like the 62nd time. That's nice, Lance. I got one tomorrow. It was not a lot. Not a lot. I think there's only like 8 minutes so far, and it's been for like 4 days. So some days I didn't film anything. I never did show a dog yet in a snare when I rode up to it. And tomorrow I'm going to tell the ones that had them in it. They're all reset. Maybe they'll have another one. It'll be 2 days, and the way they're moving out there, I went to town on Friday really early, and it was cold, and the dogs were standing in the field. I drove by several of them. I honk, and usually they'll run. Nope, and they're just hungry. That's why if I don't go every couple days or 3 days, like I have to go every 3 days, but that third day is a real iffy one for if you're going to get a dog or not, because they are hungry. And they are definitely eating each other. Got that right, Lance. Right on, SW. Appreciate it, man. I still got half of this one left, but I roll them pretty big. It's got to be these big hands of mine. Working hands. Oops, don't kick that. You think with all the money that organic grain farmer has, he could afford better chairs in his shop. Mine are nicer. Of course, I did get them from Pete, so. We get kicked down, but always getting back up. Thank you, man. It was a tough year to do a comeback in that weather, too. I'll tell you that. Luckily, I don't know how to quit because I sure could have a few times. When I pulled my muscle skin in that one dog down my right side, it still hurt, like is uncomfortable to sleep on her. That was the 27th of January, so. I can't get a fire going in here. Yeah, the diesel obviously ran out. We're down to 10 degrees, so it's still nice in here. Hey, Eric, glad you could. Glad you could make it, man. Always a pleasure to see old friends. And I don't mean you're old. I mean that we've known each other a few years now. You've seen a nickel or two video. Yeah, if I keep rolling, maybe I can hit 300 videos by next year. Wouldn't that be something? The end of this year will be 5.5 years of videos that I actually trapped on. Thanks, Eric. You know what I meant. I've had some of these guys have been with Triple Nickel right from the start when I remember having less than 25 subscribers. And this year, while I'm not getting the views, I thought I'm not even getting the subscribers all watching it, it seems like, but put on 400 new subscribers this year. Whew. You guys are going so fast. I'm only going to do half my garden this year in East. I'm not going to let it tie me down and have to be always working in the garden. Plus, I like summer following every year, one side one year, one side the next year. So it's going to be the west side this year. That's the side that had the corn and potatoes is not getting planted this year. The other side is. Yep, keep moving forward, Lance. Hey, Amanda. I hope I got, it is Amanda. Who else would it be? It's got to be Amanda. Things are, better than they were this time last year. Yeah, actually, I was still in the hospital this time last year. Oh, no, you'll never be able to go out in the crop line or go in the bush ever again. Oh, yeah? Try and stop me. I didn't exactly set it on fire this year, you guys, but you know what? I'm not terribly disappointed with my year, considering that there's no way that I should have been able to do that according to everybody else, so. Oh well. And that's why I don't really believe what other people tell me all the time, because a lot of them are just blowing hot air. Yeah, eh? True story, Brian. I was talking to a guy on the phone the other day, and he told me that he's learned so much about snaring just from watching my videos, and I have broken down sets before and shown me making a set right up from scratch lots of times before. I'm trying to think what date it was. One in February. I did two of them in one video. February 2020. Here. Thanks, Bernice. No, I haven't talked to Tubby Guy. Every once in a while, he'll comment on my video. That's another thing, you guys. I get a lot of commenting on my videos, and I answer them all. So if I'm watching your videos, you are not going to get a comment from me every time, but rest assured that there's a thumbs up there from me. Actually, in the last couple weeks since I've been putting the videos out, I actually have been commenting more than I haven't done any commenting on my videos. Have fun in Vegas. Holy shit, it's T. How you doing, T? Haha, you haven't caught me yet. I don't feel like you've caught me. That's, you know what? That's not a bad idea either, Amanda. Every time a ram goes off, it's a brand new snare. You guys know that, whether it's a misfire or anything. That one that smacked me in the thumb a week ago, I guess it was, and had to go back and get another snare. Not bad enough, almost breaking my thumb, but yeah, then I gotta walk back to the sled. Hey, Greg. And I love that you guys love watching my videos. Ohio. Oh man, that's where that tanker went, right? Damn it. You got it, Brian. Northern Trapper, how are you doing, brother? Glad you could make it. Well, I'm surprised you're on here, T. Never ever expected. I see all your Facebook stuff, and I guess she probably blocked me on there. Oh. Another Buckeye. Oh yeah, haven't been caught yet. Yeah, you guys say hi to Northern Trapper. If you don't got him, you should get him. Used to love watching him, but I used to have a hard time hearing him talking. He was so shy, but now he's starting to talk louder, and I enjoy the videos better when I can hear when the guy's saying. Sometimes I'm too loud, but I want to make sure you can hear me, so. Hey, Les. Hey, Wallace, glad you guys can make it. Some good ones in here now. Yeah, you know what? I haven't even seen a wolf since that one in November. Not a track, not anything here. But I have seen lynx scat twice, so maybe if I can just get out there and get a couple of full years in, I can knock them dogs back enough that we can have some lynx around here. I can't see the coyotes letting those kittens survive. I'm sub to him too. Crazy not to. Yeah, I got a bunch in the shop yet. I'm gonna get it out. What the hell? I know they're not. I've been catching a lot of the sick ones lately around it, and I don't mind that at all. So I don't have to skin those ones, and they still count. Plus, you get them out of the system. It's just better for everybody, all animals and me around. I pulled that up again accidentally. Trapper Dad turned into, oh no, that was Cross Stakes Predator Trapper turned into Trapper Dad, and now he's working, I guess. He's got nine of my coyotes and a couple fox. When I was got home from the hospital last February late, I called him and asked him if he could skin some dogs for me. I didn't get around to because well, you know the story. So I haven't heard back from him. A year. Well, sale in March, I guess. The wolves here, there's some at the community pasture, but that's about 25 miles to the east. And I know the people that are out there and they want me to come out and trap, but I would want it, enclosed trailers so I could pull my skidoo and sled right into it and drive out the side. And that way I could drive the truck and I got a warm up shack. I don't have, because there's a few places like that that I wouldn't mind hitting that are too many miles apart on the skidoo when it's minus 40. Just too damn many miles. And I think I could pack up a lot more dogs if I hit those big areas. And I wouldn't mind catching something besides coyotes too. You guys don't get me wrong. I'm not doing it just because there's just nothing here besides those damn coyotes and fox. And I don't mind fox. I usually have a couple litters of them around my acreage every spring, so I don't mind fox. They're pretty cool little creatures. So, oh, and I missed a whole shitload of them. Okay. All right. You still got me. I'd love to catch one too, but they keep draining all the water. There was so much water when I moved here. Beaver, mink, muskrat. I haven't even seen a muskrat since beaver trapping that. Year is so frozen, and that's probably why I hurt myself on them. So we did one. I guess it was almost 3 years ago now. I had a friend over. He wanted to time me because he asked to all the time. I said, I don't know. I just do them. I don't sit here and look at the clock. I come downstairs for the evening, not for, I got to be back in a half an hour to watch a TV show. I don't have TV, but. So I put the stopwatch on me, and I had a little female there that was fresh. She was still warm, and I tore her hide off in 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and that's pretty much as fast as I can go. Oh, missing stuff. I wonder why it's not doing that on automatically for me. Hey, bait ammo. Yours must have been burning. I was mentioning I got a fox, a weasel, and a coyote for you too. I'm gonna put my mailing address on here and a message on here. Make sure you respond only on this live one, okay? For in comments, and stay on your original comment, so I don't have to look around at a whole bunch to see what you're saying. I'll tell you what, these coyotes out here gobble up a fox. As soon as they see it, they'll chase it down and try and eat it. I feel bad for the little buggers. But they're not stupid either. They know that they can't be out in the open. And I'll tell you what, that morning I went to town, there's coyotes standing all over the place. Like, you'd see 3 in them within a mile of each other. There's lots of them around here. But I mean, you can't drop them if they're not if they're not paying for them, what are you going to do with them? Although, like I said, I think I'd look good in a full-length coyote coat or a bomber style. Hell, I could have one of each if they're that cheap. You guys are being all quiet on me. It's not that fast. My buddy Ryan over here does them in under 3 minutes. And I think right now the Canadian record is like 90 seconds, so there's faster. Don't worry, if I get those furs and we're anywhere near a video, I'll open them up and show you guys because there's quite a bit coming back. Hey, Jeremy. I missed that. Got my first 2 dogs. God, congratulations, man. 60% of my subscribers are from the States. And I appreciate them. Well, that's too short. I did bring more, but... I know that box is still downstairs in the deep freeze, that red box. Boy, that was a pretty box. Huh. I guess. Depends on what you do, either of them. There's nobody trapping up here that I know of anywhere around me for 100 miles, but there's got to be somebody, right? I know the guy around Foam Lake there, he passed on. He was actually my cousin's husband. I didn't even know that. Thanks, Northern Trapper. Like I said, I didn't even know if I would be able to do it, and I did as much as I could. And there's a lot of times when there's a coyote and a ram, and by the time I got him back to the sled, I said, piss on walking back through the snow and setting that ram. I'd wait until another day. And there's several rams out there right now that are in that state, so I'm just doing it to get out once in a while. Now, I've already well surpassed what I wanted to catch. And I appreciate this saying that, buddy. Lake Superior. No rabbit hunters here. Usually they just snare them here. I had a video there when I was coyote trapping. They set up a generator and a trailer up right by one of my coyote baits. Overnight generator going all night, the air conditioner on, and they had rabbit snares in the bush. And they're lucky they never walked into one of those coyote rams. There is no limit on coyotes. And personally, I think with the 175 rams I had, if I had skinners and all I had to do is catch coyotes and not spend, the editing time and then the skinning time and the fleshing, and if I had somebody to put the furs up for me, I think I could catch over 300 here pretty easily. I've got 2 rams right now that have 5 coyotes. One's been unset for a few times, but I've checked it 7 times while it was set, and I've caught 5 coyotes in it. I had a deer kick it out one time, and one time I went there, it was not set off. Just one time. So I'm going to set it tomorrow again and see what happens the 8th time. That'd be cool. 6 dogs and 8 chucks on one ram. And the one across the lake there that we drive into with the jump stick has 5 now, because that's where we caught that white one yesterday. Man, he never even knocked the jump stick down. It killed him like lightning. You wouldn't even know he struggled or anything. It was just dead right there. Well, not yet. Not a lot of problems yet this spring. I'm not liking how much snow is out there. If my basement flooded last year, I'm going to want to get that cardboard and paper off the floor before I have to carry out 800 pounds of that per load when it soaks up. Yeah, I hear that, Northern Trail. I can't think of anybody around me Jason Engel stopped in one day for a smoke and a bullshit, and he's not trapping at all. So it is Saturn East. When in the '70s, they sure used to pay us well for them. Yeah, Steven, you say that when you got to do 300 coyotes or 200 plus coyotes in a year. And we're as off in a hurry that there's no really white ones or east, but they're very light. I don't know how else to put it. I know I have $1,000 order for a white coyote, and that's been outstanding for a lot of years, and just cannot find a white one. I know there's one out here, but oh, you know what? I didn't even recognize a northern trapper at first. I thought he was a friend of mine out in that country by the community pasture there, Kelsey. And then come in the house and okay, I know who this is now. And but he looks good. He's running the maintainer lots, I guess. He was actually down at one of the lakes they were catching tullabies for some kind of fishing. I don't know what kind of fishing. Maybe big jack or something up north. I wouldn't mind going ice fishing this year too. I wonder. Todd has an open invitation for me, but it's a 2-hour drive out there. I guess that's not bad. He just got married though too, Todd. Whoa, I'm missing stuff again. Hey Frank, better late than never, right? Thanks, Frank. And it's supposed to snow again, so tomorrow, so it's just never stops. Hmm. It's probably what they want. They don't want us dropping anymore. Man, I could have sent you a lot of money. I just threw 10 of them in that deer hole. Got a bunch beside the house. They're going tomorrow. There's an elk rib cage that's been riding shotgun in the back of the truck for about 3 months. And it keeps all the shit out of the back of my truck with the magpies in there eating everything. So I don't have the headroom for a skinning machine. I sure like that one Greg's got though, that hide puller. He did a little custom work on it. It also detaches and goes out on his truck for skinning deer in the field, goes right into his bumper hitch. So it's a nice unit, man. Would make pulling that hide a lot easier. I just grab a hunk of tail and stick my knee in his back and put all my weight on it. It was a lot easier pulling hides when I was 250 than it is when I'm 180 something. Yeah, fox were nice back in the 70s. 80 to $120. Mink, 45 to 60 bucks. Beaver were like 60 to 80, $100. Yeah, I hope that works out for you, Jeremy. I trapped all those beaver out for that one guy that one year, and he won't let me set coyote traps now. Decided to change it into a place for his little skidoo warm-up shack. So just so you know, I did set power rams all around the cow bush there just 'cause that's his area, but it's not his land. Pete's land. He wanted me right out of the cow bush. I said, no, piss on you. Where I set those rams, you guys can't get in there with a skidoo if you wanted to. I don't know. I think I can call it that I put a full season in if I go to March. That's the way I see it. I don't know, Frank. Somewhere around 60 or 70. I know there's only 16 left in the shop and one hanging downstairs. Pretty cold when I left today, so. Yeah, Steven, it was something. I mean, muskrats were no screaming hell. They were only 50 cents or a buck, but there was hundreds of them. I mean, hundreds. Even coyotes. I remember my first coyote, I got $135 for him. So, oh, I'm counting on that, Steven. I think that's why nobody wants to run my line with me is because they just can't. I'm gonna spend my summer though either camping or fishing and I got a few bushes that I want to punch a bush trail through. And it won't be a straight line by any stretch of the imagination. I'm gonna go all over the bush and take as much because it sure is nice being in the bush as opposed to out in the open, so take advantage of it when I can. I want to do some in where at that one across the lake where that one ram is. I want to put a trail pounding in there because I noticed looking in that bush, there's even a little hill in there. So who knows? Go for a walk in there with a lunch one day and an axe, machete. Maybe some danger tape so I can red ribbon the trees where I want to put a trail. Then come with the blade on the side by side and a couple chainsaws and put a trail in. Okay, I'm yapping again and guys are asking questions. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, I'll tell you what, those power rams are the best invention in trapping, and I can't imagine, catching 200 coyotes with leg holds. I can't imagine it. And that's what I'm doing, Steven. I haven't set an alarm once. I wake up when the sun comes up. And that's good in the summer too, because it's up usually by 5 here. Even Fishing Lake's not that far away that if I got up like 4:30 in the morning, I'm still there before the fish start biting. It's only half an hour from my door right to the water fishing. Yeah, actually, one of my friends in brother Dan Demeter here was Demon was telling me about talking to the Saskatchewan government. They're looking for predator killers. They pay oh, what the hell? You get to keep whatever you catch, They pay 50 some cents a kilometer both ways and like 25 bucks an hour. So you can take your money and your travel pay, an hour both ways is like $200. Like an hour there and an hour back. That's like $200 just for driving. And plus, if you're gone like 8 hours in that time, you get 25 bucks an hour while you're driving and setting. And you can keep all your dogs, but you got to do it in the summer sometimes. But then I'm answering to somebody, and I don't want to answer to anybody ever again as long as I live. So, hey, does the quality drop off this time of year? Of my videos? Apparently, but of the dogs, it's gonna be another, oh, I don't know. Like last year, Camel went until like almost the end of March, I think, because out here the dogs don't rub as bad as other places. And our dogs, it's so cold here, they don't go into heat. It's like when our dogs probably go into heat like the end of March. And if it's not a bad year, middle of March at the earliest, because we'll get those pups rolling out in like beginning of May. So, oops. Hey, Charles. Thanks for coming out, man. AKW. Pete don't like fish. Well, I missed something there. Pete is, well, he was in Regina. I don't know if he's still there, or if he's on his way back yet, or him and his youngest went to Regina today. He's been busy at the seed plant. I actually went to town on Friday and called him and asked him if he needed anything from town. And I said, I don't know. One of the towns, I said, I'm hungry. I'm going for breakfast. And he said, yeah, pack of smokes. So he was at the seed plant. I took it there, had a bullshit there, and don't see him much anymore. He's working lots, cleaning seed for getting ready for spring. Yeah, Brian, I don't like using have hearts for raccoons either because they'll rip the shit out of them too. I like 220s. That's my favorite for raccoons. I got two of them in one there at one of my videos in the summer when I was doing nuisance trapping for a guy on a farm. They're two young ones, and I actually, before I filmed it, I shot the first one because the one caught by the ass wasn't dead, but the one caught by the head was dead. And I don't like to show that on a video if I don't have to. Hey, Dane. Glad you could. Skinning coyotes, I don't know what that's like. Now that thing should scroll by itself. I'm going to monitor it here. Well, somebody else to actually say something. Let's do it. Cheers. Whoa. Okay. Before my hands get too cold, I better twitch one up. I do have some of my earlier videos, like, oh, I don't know, 2018, 2017, where I actually show me dispatching them with a 22. And I will tell you, without one shade of a lie, that it is a lot more merciful with that 22 because they drop like a brick when I hit them with that. Then walking up to them with a baseball bat, they don't, they know what that shit's all about. That 22, I can sit on the sled and put it right between the eyes. They're just off center. You don't want to split the brain. You want to go in one side for sure. But yeah, that 40 grain bullet, by far more humane than the baseball bat. Yeah, like I said, that one keeper from yesterday, he looked like it. He was probably running and out of breath, and it probably exhaled everything and got caught, and wham, he's got nothing, can't breathe in. Hey, Dave, thanks for stopping in, man. I don't know if you can. I thought Pete said that you had to have permits to send skulls. It's like deer racks here, eh? You can send sheds, no problem. At the border, they'll let it sheds in like crazy. But if it's a set of antlers with a skull on it, yeah, you ain't getting in. So I don't know what it is. Damn, hands locking up on me. Oh. Yeah, it's supposed to get cold out. Like I want to go out tomorrow, but if I don't go tomorrow, I got to go the next day because after that for like 3 days it's minus 30 or like high minus 20 something. And that's without the wind chill. Well, thank you, Rodney. Well, it's scrolling, but it's not staying on very long. Yeah, do need some heat in here. I missed the last comment. I don't know why they're so jumpy about skulls. Could be CWD. It's probably got more likely to do with taxing. They can tax you on skulls when you bring your trophies back because they're, I don't know. Everything's based on criminality now. What is a 72-hour check? That means here, by law, I have to check my traps every 72 hours. Wow, I don't know what happened. The bloody thing just kicked back in. So I don't know what happened. Maybe Pete's home and he put some diesel in there for me. It's only down to 10 degrees. I mean, it's been there, well, maybe just a little less than 10, but it's still a nice Saskatchewan spring day. And I'm dressed, I'm good. Cheers. Anybody want to smoke one? Talked to my mom yesterday and she said, oh, we spent the evening with you last night. And I said, hey, excuse me? because she's in Medicine Hat. They're in Medicine Hat. They got a place there. She said, "Oh, we watched her live." And I said, "Oh, did you see when Pete takes over?" "Well, no." I said, "Well, then you watch part of it." I said, "I'm about 100 minutes in, Pete takes over." And she says, "Oh, we watched for about 2 hours," she said. So it was probably more like an hour and a half, and then you didn't see Pete. So I got to be careful for the first little bit of a hour and a half of what I do and say, and I'm not. So comes it back to not answering to anybody for anything. Bear Hunter. Hey, Bear Hunter. You know what? I think I really pissed Scab off. Mom wants to actually come on a live. She says, "I'd like to comment on one," and I'm not sure that's a great idea. Remember, she was answering all the comments on that one video, and she never answered any of them. Same thing I did to your niece, except I did it to you twice. Accidentally kicked him off. I got one. I can't smoke another one when I got one. Oh, it's strong shit, Chris. This is really strong shit. Pete had one pup, and he was garbled. You want to see my mom? Holy. I'm not that good with this camera. I don't know how he'd get us both in the same shot. She's about 4 feet tall. Yeah, I wasn't done maliciously. I don't know if Scab knows that or not. Hey, Carl. Thanks for coming out, man. So far, I've kicked off you twice one night, and then the next time it was Steven, and now it's Gab. Except you guys both came back. You came back twice, actually. Mm. Well, I sure hope I got my point across about the furs, because if you guys don't order them, I'm not sending them. It's simple as that. And if I do send a few extras, they'll be, and I lose money on the first ones, they'll be to make up for that. So probably just as well to get in on right away. I don't know. There's a lot of rules like snares. Like you can't set within so far of a squeeze spot, or two trees, or a tree bigger than this big around, or man, I don't know. That some of these laws, you know damn well, if you turn that politician loose out there in the end of the world, he'd never survive out there, but we would. They get happy the same pants they got mad in. funny. I didn't know what it means, but it's funny. I wonder why that damn furnace kicked in again like that. That was off for a long time. Oh. Yeah, I got breakaways on all my snares too. I only set the thermostat to 55 and it went right up to 15 or 16 degrees in here. Oh yeah. Don't worry, there's another one of me like 20 months older than me. Ma raised us both and she was never, said she was 5'1", but no, she said she was 5'2". I highly doubt it. Really, I highly doubt it. Oh, I'll tell you what, snaring is probably the most purest form of it. Purest form of trapping in Canada. Like the natives never had steel traps. They used snares. That's where they caught all their beaver and everything. I like it. I wouldn't want to, if they outlawed it, they were trying to make it so you have to be over 2 miles away from anybody's resident. And you know what? That 1 mile rule, I'm beating the shit out of that. But even that crown is within 2 miles of someone's house. They're getting overstepping their bounds. They're making up laws that they have no right to make up or to enforce. Like the landowners decide what they want on their land. And I've had lots of landowners say, oh, I don't want to sign your book because it's none of their business who's I give permission to do what on my land. And they're all right. You know, I do understand that their signature in there can save me a lot of heartache if someone has a hissy fit one day, decides they're going to be a prick. But I've never really been a prick to anyone out here, so I hope they don't have to bring that side of me out. True story. True story. What do you think our granddaddies would have been doing by now? Hmm. They would have probably had a lynching in Ottawa by now. Hey Greg, there's my Skinner. Been doing it too, Greg. I did put the snares up, but I'm gonna open them up for a couple more days. I'm down to like 16 dogs. Oh, and then one from yesterday. I caught 3 yesterday, but only one made it home. Well, 2 1/4 made it home, but true story, Jeremy. On a military base. Huh. Well, am I far behind here? Oh, no. Oh, right on, buddy. Can I talk you into 7 more when you're done those, and then I'll do the rest? still got your fox too. There was a guy on here that was wondering if you'd part with it, but that's between you. It's your fox, so. Fluff and feathers. And that way there's 25, I believe, there. I'll take 20 of them. What do you think of those boards I brought you? That's what all of mine are, just that same thing. Ooh. And kick the tripod. Okay, I don't remember who it was, but I can go through it. It was right at the beginning. Wanted a box. Like I said, he was caught far back too, and I never looked him over or anything. And if he's too wrecked back there, there's no way that I'm gonna send him out. Dog tracks are fatter. Coyotes are used to running all day. Their tracks are longer and thinner. Dogs are more like this. Now I gotta get way back in my hand. Where a coyote's more like that. Dogs aren't used to running. You go, if you got a dog, any kind of dog, just go look at his track. You'll see what I mean. Their feet are fat and flat compared to a coyote or, that's been on his feet all day. Sasky, he knows what I'm talking about. Hey, little brother, how you doing? I use wood. Split boards. And then on the tail, I split it open and put it on a muskrat board because we haven't seen muskrats here in a while. I might as well use those boards for something. So I tacked the tails open on them. The ones I'm doing now, I'm not opening the tail all the way down, so you have a tail that's closed at the end on your fur, so I think it'll look better, so. I'm not crazy about wire. It's too hard to get that back straight for me. I use them on little muskrats. My big muskrats all go on boards. I do have a couple dozen wire ones for, if he's a little bugger, well, whatever. Oops, it's not scrolling again. Pete's Regina or home, I don't know where he is. He did go to Regina, so. Oh yeah, Pete's life of the party. Him and his youngest went to Regina, so. I don't know, it's only about what? Just about 8 o'clock, quarter to 8. So, he won't be long, if he isn't here already. Yeah, we've been in a 10-year drought here. We had, when I first moved here, it was 600 beaver the first 2 years and hundreds of muskrat. I lost everybody for a second. Melanie. Melanie? Huh. I cannot see Milani. Milani. Hey, thanks for coming out. All right, Tony, thanks for stopping in. Haven't heard a damn thing, Steven. I don't think we have any trappers out here right now. With the effort I put in, I never had two dozen rams functional at any time this year. I mean, that one episode 250 had like 10 rams going and caught 6 dogs. So I mean, it scares me to death setting any more than that now. I'll come home with a dozen dogs or have to stash some at Pete's and make 2 trips. They're all over out here, man. And they're gonna start being really sick. Get rid of as many of them as I can be. Oh, I missed that. Oh, I never saw what she was saying. Does it bear even? Oh, all of them are gone. Oh. What do your dogs look like compared to these ones, Guy? G. No, Guy. I don't have many wolves around my area, Victor, not this year. I wouldn't mind catching one, but like I said, I haven't even seen a tracker or one of them since that November morning when that one was hauling ass through the field there down Orchard Road on my way past Sawyer's Cross. Oh, missed a bunch again. I don't know what she was saying. I don't care. Well, at least it wasn't me this time. I don't know, Charles. 60 or 70. Don't forget, I count the ones that got eaten and have mange and shoulder mites too. Yeah, ours are pretty light here. We got some really nice looking dogs here. Hey Tim, how you doing, brother? Glad you could make it. Yeah, I had them existing together there about 3 years ago. Whenever the coyotes killed a deer, the wolves pushed them off and ate their fill and never come back to it. But I could not catch those buggers because they eat their fill and they bugger off 15 miles away the other way. So I'm gonna try and get one on tomorrow. I've got, like I said, 8 minutes or something that's all edited and ready to go. So whatever happens tomorrow, and I don't see it being a lot. There's only like 9 rams set or something. And that being said, 9 rams can hold 9 dogs. I'm not saying it will, and I'm hoping to hell it doesn't, but yeah, they're beautiful out here, Guy. I've never seen prettier dogs. And I don't just mean here, I mean like in between Northern and Camo and me, Sasky. Yeah, in this area there's Some of the most beautiful dogs in the world. And out by ambush, too. One that I could catch and haven't. Yeah. I'm thinking one of these days I'm bound to catch a cougar out here. Now, whether I can hold him with a 280, I don't know. I don't know. If it was hanging in a tree, I think I could. But I'm going to have to wait until something picks up my deer kill and carries it away to know it's there for sure. Oh, I hope I don't. It's a lot of work, Ernice, and you know what? Then I won't have any to check the next time because I won't bother resetting them all. Can't let those turkeys get hammered. Have fun fishing, Brian. Well, I've been to Hannah before, Sasky, and I don't know. Well, I think our raccoons are a problem here too. I don't trap them and I don't look for them because I don't have a real creek or river system running through here. So, because they keep dynamiting shit out of them and not letting them hold water and dropping the water table even more. But they're going to start being a real problem, I'm thinking. And then they're going to want to do something. And I hate just exterminating shit. I kind of had to with the beaver because it was my trap line, and they said I refused actually and told them I'm not an exterminator and said if you don't do it, we'll bring a trapper in here that will, and I did not want other trappers on my trap line. But the beaver were bad. They were washing roads out and everything. Eli, how you doing, buddy? Cheers, everybody. Whoa. That'll put a warm piss shiver down your spine. Right there it was. Oh, what's going on here at the base? Yeah, I never had a coffee in it. It's my Saskatchewan Rider mug, beer mug, but it's not got no beer in it. Napping out a knife point. Okay, Chris, you take care too, little brother. Oh, I wish I had pizza. I haven't had supper yet. I had eggs and potatoes this morning though. Big pan fried potatoes and then smashed some eggs on them. Yeah. Hope with some cheddar on it too. I've known modern day trapper since he was crapping yellow from the same hometown. Yeah, he would have only been about 4 or 5 when I met him, so if he was that old. Oh no, I don't want to hear what everybody had for supper. I've got pork chops in there that have been thawed out for since yesterday evening. I didn't eat them yesterday. I was going to eat them tonight. And believe me, I tried to think of a way to cook them when I come here without being home, but I don't like doing that. I ran across some duck breasts in my deep freeze, all vacuum sealed and from duck season this year. I'm gonna pull some of that out and do something with them the next couple of days. Maybe pound them flat and do a wrap with them, fill them full of some yummies. No, I was hungry. You're not making me hungry. You're not helping me not think about it, but whatever. I ate today. I went 5 days or a week without eating when I was sick there and shit, so I know I can do another hour or so. But anyhow, I wanted to make sure we got all that information out. Nobody asked if they were on the list or not, so I'll end up getting 40 money orders or something. I'll end up having to send half them back. Or I'll just do 40. I don't think I can afford to do 40, especially with all those furs coming back in. Guy gave me a $200 credit on them, but they'll still be probably $600 out of my pocket, if not more. Oh well. I hope that doesn't happen because I sure do want a boat and a camper this, or slide in back of my truck camper this summer. Your name is on the list, Mac. And like I said, I'll put all the information in the comments on here. Because we don't get a lot of comments on live, so it's probably a nice quiet one to do it on. Man. I don't Marty Sanker. I can't place him, Victor. Hey, I throw bigger ones that away, Eli. Bernice, you know what? With t-shirts, I found that sometimes I can ship them cheaper by air out of here, if you can believe that shit. So I'm gonna talk to the post office. I talked to the girl there on Thursday and was giving her a heads up that hopefully the end of March, or pardon me, September, that we're sending out packages, and I want to do it the cheapest way I can. So, because there's a lot of expenses that I'm not even taking into account, I'm sure, right now. But hopefully that number is a magic number where I can break even at minimum, right? Hey, Bo Slinger, how you doing? Well, I don't have any sold for sure. It's got to be money order in hand, right? And I'm giving over a month. I'm going to give till the 25th as a deadline of March. That's over a month. Even with February being a short month, it's still over 30 days, and that you should be able to get it to me by then. And I pick out the prettiest dogs, and those are the ones that go to get tan for you guys. The other ones can either go in the deep freeze or I can take them to Ian to sell them just so I don't have to bother with them. It's not like I won't be able to find more dogs out here. Everything you do is money, right? You know, I sit at home a lot now and bank account doesn't move, still got the money in my wallet and, cook at home. I've got such good food. So, because as soon as you go to town, you're spending money. And it just seems to be more and more all the time. Pete goes to Regina to buy groceries because it's too damn expensive out here for him. And he's a rich organic grain farmer. Okay. Oh, here we go again, eh? I don't know how many dogs I got. Between 60 and 70, I'd have to think anyway. It's a long way down from what I normally get, but it was still all right. I'll get an official count. I got some damn good moderators. They catch shit before I even get the chance to read it. You're talking house dogs, though, I'd have to think. When I say dog, I'm with a WG, AWG dog, coyote. Yeah, that's what I think, Bowslinger. And I'm trying to keep the mileage down too because I got to get a new set of ski pants. These ones they're not holding shit back now. Yeah, I'm talking about trapping coyotes, dogs. I'll take your word for it. There's no way I would ever eat a coyote. No bloody way. Not after I've seen some of the shit they'll eat. And don't forget, I've opened one or two of them up in my day. No, I don't want none of anything that's inside of a coyote for food. Disgusting. It'd be as bad as eating a raccoon. Ah, the sprig snare. Yeah, marsupial either. You guys see the pictures and with the deer that are like I drove to get water. Oh, I guess it's been 10 days now anyway. And on the way home, I decided, I'll take the back road and smoke one on the way and just take it easy, right? Every 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers on the road is like 4 or 5 deer. And they won't get off the bloody road. They run to the next group and to the next group. And you see me, I'll just go faster and get in between them and go right by them. So, and they keep running. I already passed them and they keep running. I don't know. Yeah, I just no desire to eat an omnivore. I think anything that eats garbage and I've watched coyotes that grain bags, canola bags with a rip in them, eat and gorge themselves on that oily seed and walk 4 or 5 steps away and puke their guts out and go right back to that canola bag and fill up again. It's disgusting. Well, that's like they say here too. Skunk is one of the meats that kept a lot of people alive in the 30s. So, and I don't get me wrong, I don't want to eat a skunk. I can't. No, Victor, I can't. See, Camo can because he has a ranch, and it's like I can't use free hanging. I wish I could. I've got so many of them left over. I guess I could do some underwater beaver or under ice beaver trapping, but this winter I didn't really feel like chopping holes in the ice in the kind of shape I was in. I just wanted to get around and run a few traps and, catch a couple dozen dogs and try not to kill myself or die out there. That's was, pretty high up on my list when they tell you your aortic and aneurysm any second, whether you're exerting fully or sitting relaxing in your chair. So if you know you can go any second, why wouldn't you live every minute? Yeah, lynx is one of the best meat in the bush, they say. And if I ever catch a lynx, those hind quarters and tenderloins and backstrap are all coming off it for me. In Africa, they have a saying for that too, Jeremy. It's called meat is meat. And that's not right. Hey, how you doing, brother Timberline? I don't know how to tell you guys this. My big cup's getting empty, and that's not bloody good at 8 o'clock or whatever time it is. They're just talking about eating meat, Timberline. I said lynx is one of the best in the bush, they say. I've never tried it, but I'm gonna if I ever snare one. I think with my new snare placement and breakaway system that I got on them, I'm high enough now. I'm not catching any fox. I caught one in a ram this year, and that's awesome for as many as there are. And they're high enough now that it links, so no problem. So if I do catch one going the wrong way in some of them rabbit bushes there, well, I got a dozen free hanging lynx snares too, but I can't use them here. It's not plugged in. I guess you wouldn't really have to plug it in this time of year. I don't know if he does or not. I know he's got some in the house, but I don't really feel like beer. I'm kind of don't want to bloat up. I want to eat something. Wouldn't eat an otter, huh? Yeah, there's people here that eat muskrats, and they wanted me to send them into Manitoba. And they said, "Oh no, don't gut them. Don't worry if it gets green belly or anything. Just freeze them and send them." I never did. I thought that was disgusting. You'd be surprised, Bowslinger. Oh. Yeah, they were serving coyote in the restaurants in Vancouver too. They marinate that shit for like 3 or 4 days in teriyakis. And no, frickin' Akamustan, I got enough meat for a year. Frick would I eat a rodent for? All right, Mac. Take care. Good night, buddy. I was thinking of making some sausage with some of that moose and pork, ground pork I got. Maybe throw some deer meat in with it. Man, I got ground beef too. I could make a lot of sausage. Got my little hand crank, making sausage. Works best because you don't have to keep up with the machine or anything. You go your own speed. Well, usually I got Pete here so I can have a piss break. I guess that Pepsi's running right through me. And no, I don't like Pepsi. I just couldn't get Coke. So they missed the part on how. Yeah, we're gonna go money orders, Bowslinger, and when I'm done with the video, I'm gonna put a comment on with. It'll cover everything. Just read the whole thing and make sure you understand it, okay? I'm sure you were on the list, weren't you? I'm just checking. Just check. Bowslinger, yep, you're on the list. Number 9. Down, Renice. Same here, bait and ammo. Ain't gonna happen. You're better off opening its guts up and maybe it ate a bird or some roadkill. Eat that instead. True story. Yes, I got her, Jeremy. And there is my mom, everybody. Everybody say hi to my mom, Jean Lazar. I'll pick you out a good one, brother. I tried emailing you that little short video of what my day was like yesterday, Ma, but I'm stupid with that stuff. I couldn't do it. He wanted access to my photos and stuff, and I said, "Yep, go ahead." And all of a sudden, it's asking other questions, and I got no tolerance or patience for that crap. So, do you beaver trap at all? Oh my gosh, have I ever beaver trapped? Like I said, the first 2 years here, PA, I had 600, over 600. And that was at a 35 a tail bounty too, so there you are. Now you're saying hi, Mom. That's my mom, the 4'1" lady I was telling you about, 82 years old. Well, it depends what year it is, Daniel. Say hi back, Mom. Don't be so shy. I don't know. There's not that many here. I want to kind of leave them because then if we ever do get any water, all this snow, if we get a decent melt where it doesn't all just piss off to the lakes right away, maybe we can get some muskrat and beaver and maybe mink and because I don't want to go back to trapping raccoons like when I first started out here. They're horrible creatures. Well, what happened? Did we scare you away, Mom, or what? Oh, I wish Pete was here so I could go for a pee. Oh, there's Mom. Dwayne, I didn't want to steal your thunder. Hello to all of you out there. Steal my thunder? I have no thunder. I seen that bow slinger. You missed the part where I said I answer so many comments and I answer all of them on my videos that I'm not leaving many comments when I'm doing videos, but you always get a thumbs up from me, so. Good luck with that, Tim. It's a lot of work. Because they'll want you doing it on the hottest days in the summer, too. And I've been there, done that, and that is a horrible job beaver trapping when it's 95 degrees out. Uh-oh. I missed something, Ma. I have to. You have to. Oh, go Pete? Yeah, you guys talk amongst yourself. You talk about me. I'll slam the door so you know when I'm back. Well, there's the furnace again. I don't know what happened. We back. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh, wait. Nope, not me. It's a lot of work, Tim. Trust me, I know. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Oh, Mom, did you just say what I read you said? Crazy. I'm not. Oh, man. 1x9 cable. I don't know what that is even. So probably not. Haven't seen him, Eli, but you know what? I'm going to buy a couple game cameras and I'm going to check for him. And if I'm going to put something in so it's in the frame with him, so I have a size reference. And if he looks like well, it depends. Like he could be old and decrepit and losing weight by now. Who knows? He was sure big. Oh, that was about 4 years ago when we first saw him out there. He was all of 90 pounds, if not more. And Pete and I talked about it. If that happens again, we're having the next one mounted. And then if somebody wants to buy a beaver that weighs over 100 pounds, they can buy it. Well, I never snared beavers, so I shouldn't say that. I did snare a couple one time. They had the trees knocked down all around the whole bloody swamp they were living in, and they had trees that were over top of trees, and they were swimming between spots in them, and I just hung a couple of free hanging snares into the water where they were swimming underneath, and with the locks and pearls on them, and they'd get caught, and they were there when I got there. There was really no other way to trap them in there, though. Half sheet of plywood. No, Mom, I'm just teasing you. Don't worry about it. Say hi to John. Heck, everybody else say hi to John too. He's a good man. Yeah, if I do it, I'll do it under the ice and I'll break out some of those snares I have and just wire them off. John is my mom's partner. They've been together for 30 years now. Maybe more, but well, when they were at my place in 2016, next year was going to be the 25th year, so that would have been 17. So, yeah, it's 31 years or 32 years this year. 31. I don't know. No, not at all. I wouldn't do that, Mom. You know that. Size chain do you use as a drowner? Well, it depends. A lot of drowners. Sometimes I don't have places I can put drowners in, so I'll just drive 3 stakes in and use my chain back so the trap barely reaches there. And if whichever 2 of those stakes they go in between, they're gonna wrap the chain tighter, especially if they go it through the middle and all the way around 2 of them. They'll never get back to the shore, right? Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I throw a weight out on a wire, though. I don't use a chain. I'll use the trap and like a cinder block or something, wire it to a post in the shore. But I don't know with that big guy what I'm going to be able to do. I don't think if he's bigger than the last one, there's no way he'll get his head in a conibear. So I pretty well think the only way I got a chance at him is with the 5 bridgers. And hopefully I get a back foot catch. So I'm going to have him deep to get the back foot where he comes on the bank. So we'll see. I would like to get into that where we were beaver trapping on Lindsay's there and take a couple of those beaver out in the spring just for bait next year, if nothing else. And the hides will be good. But I want to keep it thinned out so that the farmers don't get too mad at them there and decide they want to knock that dam out because I don't know, there's just nothing out there for water trapping or anything anymore. And the ones that are, they're so far apart that it just doesn't even pay. Oh man, it would not tell me that anybody was on there even. Oh, Mom's the star of the show. You guys aren't even talking to me. Hmm. Okay, Bowslinger. I like using chain on my rams in the bush because then a moose ain't gonna, break that tie back cable that I use. Hi, John. I think I caught her up by now. She's dealt with you all these years. Yeah. Yes, she has. Haven't always seen eye to eye, but she's always been my mom. Okay. I think there, it's scrolling on its own again. Cheers. Just a little sippy poo. I might be able to do that once more, so it's going to be time to call it a night pretty soon. Man, I went outside the door for a pee, and this whole farmyard is pitch black. I can't even see my truck from the doorway, so I took like 2 steps and peed right there so I didn't, I don't know, get dragged off to the bush and eaten by wild animals. Absolutely right, Stephen. That's superstar. Technology. Yeah. Last year I was like a fiesta puppy. Not quite as big this year, but at least I'm starting to eat again and want to eat. So trying to keep my portions down to a meal for four so I don't get huge again because I don't think the weight is a good thing on me. I don't want to be 160 pounds either, don't get me wrong. It's nice having a little bit of weight and feeling solid on your feet instead of dizzy and you know what? To get stronger, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna get pulled muscle here and there. So I fully expected it. And come March, I'm gonna have my head up high. I didn't catch over 200 dogs, but I did not expect to, and I don't think anybody expected me to be in the bush. So I'm gonna call it a success if I can put another half a dozen dogs away. Yeah, like that ain't gonna happen. Oops, somebody's going to bed. PA Trapper, good night, buddy. Thanks for coming out. Gotta get some hides, in the freezer, and prep for tomorrow. Still doing wolves or what? I agree. I don't know if I was even half this year, but gives me something to shoot for next year to be better, right? I will be very disappointed if I don't smash this year's dogs next year. Who knows? Maybe Greg will even help with the skinning next year too, and I can smash even more dogs. Old new. Was wondering where you were, buddy. Glad you can make it. Brian, how are you, buddy? See, and I didn't want to see you in the bush so soon after surgery, but what do I know? Lots. Oh, I don't think I'm doing that badly, Mom. I mean, I can sit at home and wait to die, or I can live, right? So, you know me. I've always been, like you said, I never learned how to walk. I got up and ran. So, I don't know how I can do it any differently. Already guessing how many dogs I'm going to catch next year. That's cool. I'm glad you guys are giving me another year anyway. That's awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Charles. Molson Golden. Matt, where have you been? I've never drank Molson Golden. I'm a Canadian guy. Brian going to bed too? If you are, good night, Brian. I missed that. The hell? I missed Wallace too, damn it. Good night, Wallace, if you're still around. That was a while ago. I don't know, old new. I feel good about what I did, and I don't have any regrets right now. Hell, my doctor hugged me and high-fived me last time. He was so happy. Probably because he knew he wouldn't have to see me until the end of March and give him 4 months away from me. Hey, good night, J and J. You guys have a good night, and thanks for stopping by. I hope I didn't embarrass you muchly. Thanks, girls. Good night, Mom. Good night, John. You know what? I had a plan. Paced myself well. I sure did. I had a plan, and I knew you guys weren't going to like my plan in some plates where I didn't put boxes out everywhere, but I knew I had to stick to my plan because if I went off my plan, I was not going to make the year. And I got no regrets now. I think my plan's making me look pretty damn smart. Maybe I didn't catch a lot of dogs, caught more than I expected to. A lot more. And I don't know. I'll give you guys a couple of good shows. Like I said, 6 and 5 dog shows. So, hell, I even caught a couple of weasels for you. But I tell you, I didn't walk very far with those boxes. Yeah, you know what? I almost switched my plan there one time and I thought, you know what? No. That's the worst thing you can do is make a plan and then switch it. So, okay, Tim, good night. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Okay, Bowslinger. Catch you later, man. Yeah, 82 years old, Jeremy. Well, she was no dummy. She was the manager of advisory services for urban affairs for Saskatchewan. So, I mean, she was no dummy. So, I don't know, guys. What do you think? We pretty well covered it for the night, eh? I'm almost out of my liquid refreshment, and I'm not sure I'll be able to find my damn truck out there. I got a set of keys in my pocket too, one in the ignition, but I'll just hit the power door unlock, and it'll turn the lights on. Finally, there'll be light at Pete's place. No wonder he's so bloody rich. He doesn't have an outside light on, not one outside this shop or the house, nothing. He's lit right up for a horror movie, totally pitch black outside and every light in the house on. And apparently in the shop too now. Yeah. You should have a light on your phone. Oh yeah, I do. Spotlight, torchlight, I think they call it. It's pretty bright. But anyhow, guys, we're at like right at the 3 hour mark almost, so I think we're gonna call it a night. Jeremy, what the hell? It's waiting in the dark. I doubt it. I'd hear the stepladder coming. I'm not sure he's even home. I tried to look, but I mean I can't see the house or anything for the vehicles. I know Jaden's car is parked right down here by mine, so but I mean they all got a car. Even the guy that just turned 16 in January has a car now. Dylan. The guy who turned 16, I called him. Okay, everybody, yeah, let's call it a night. And like I said, when I get home, I'm not gonna do it here, but when I get home, I will put a comment on about what I need. And any questions, put a comment in. I'm gonna monitor this live's comments for a while, so everybody, it's been a blast. You even got to chat with my ma, so crazy. I never thought Ma would come on, but she was. So everybody, keep moving forward. We'll see if I can get a video on tomorrow for you. So I'll be back to Pete's anyway. Catch you all on the flip side.